Hello everyone, Hare Krishna. Welcome to another episode of Krishna Katha. Today's discussion about the three predominating deities of the material world. Especially, we are going to talk about the super excellent power of Lord Krishna. So, long years ago, there was an uh, assembly of great sages on the bank of the river Saraswati, who performed sacrifice. In such assemblies, the great sages' presence usually talks about Vedic culture and philosophical topic. In that particular meeting, uh, the following questions was raised. What was the questions? The questions about the three predominating deities of the material world, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. So, the three predominating deities are directing to all these affairs in this cosmos. But who is the supreme among them? That is most wonderful to see in today's video. Who is the greatest among them? Here, Bhrigamuni, Brahmaji's son, he was deputed to taste or to report to the assembly. Who is Bhrigamuni? Bhrigamuni is the son of Brahma. So the son, Bhrigamuni, decided to test his father first. So he went to his father's residence first. Three predominating deities are the controller of the material three qualities: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So Bhrigamuni decided to go first to test his father. So he went, and let's see what happened. So as Bhrigamuni deputed to taste, so he went to his father's residence. Here, Bhrigamuni, what he did, he did not pay obeisances, or he did not pay. Now, Bhrigamuni went to his father's residence, which is called Brahmalok. And there what happened? There, Bhrigamuni did not pay any kind of obeisances unto his father. He did not he did not offer any kind of prayer unto his father. It is duty of a son, of a student, to show the respects unto his guru or unto his father. But in this case, Bhrigamuni, he did not show his obeisances unto his father. Brahmaji was very much angry at his son's impudence, at his son's behavioral culture. He became very much angry, and he started condemning to his son just because the Bhrigamuni was his son. Brahmaji actually, controlled his anger to curse his son. And then what happened? Brahmaji, with his great intelligence, he controlled his anger, and So, from this incident, what we have actually learned, we have seen that Brahmaji, he controlled his anger with great intelligences. He had the power to control his anger just because he controlled his anger just because Bhrigamuni was his son. So he controlled his anger to curse him. To better understand, I can give one very good example, which is given in book already Shastra, that fire can be extinguished by the water. So like as we can see, how Brahmaji controlled his anger just because Bhrigamuni was his son. Though water is produced by the fire of the beginning of the creation, but here we can see a clear picture of how the quality of passion prominent in Lord Brahma. So we are going to move forward to the next. We're going to talk about Lord Shiva. Brigamuni now is going to move forward towards Lord Shiva to taste. Now, Brigamuni actually, he entered into Kailash to check Kailashpati, whether the goodness, the quality of goodness prominent in him or not. Let's see what happened. The moment Brigamuni entered in Kailash to see that his brother entered in his residence, Lord Shiva immediately stood, he rose to embrace him. But Brigamuni refused to embrace him. And he said to Lord Shiva, "Oh, my brother, please do not touch me because your body is not clean. You always smear your body with ashes, which is not at all good or which is not at all clean. Your body is impure. Please stay away from me." And then what happened? Let's see. To see his brother's behavior, I mean, like this behavior, Lord Shiva, here Lord Shiva was very much angry. He became very much angry when his brother Brigamuni actually was telling for his unclean habits. Lord Shiva was very angry because Brigamuni here he committed so many offenses towards Lord Shiva by mind or by speeches. So Lord Shiva became very angry, and then what happened? Let's see. Now with anger, Lord Shiva's eyes became red. And here when Brigamuni insulted to Lord Shiva immediately, his eyes became red with anger, and he took up the trident. He took up his trident and he prepared to kill him. Now what happened? Let's see. Thank God Parvati was present at that point of time. Also, we actually call Parvati as Trigunamoi. So all three qualities are present in Parvati. Therefore, she is called Trigunamoi. So here we can see, just because of Parvati was present, next to Lord Shiva, and just because Parvati is also called Trigunamoi, the mixture of three qualities, she managed the whole situations. She fell on her husband's feet, and she actually evokes by evoking the quality of Lord Shiva's goodness, Parvati Ma saved the whole situations, and he controlled Lord Shiva's anger. Now we are going to move forward to the next, Lord Vishnu's residence. Now Brigamuni entered in Brigamuni entered into Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu's residence. Lord Vishnu was actually resting. He was lying on the flowery bed, and Goddess Fortune actually, she was very engaged in massaging to the lotus feet of Lord. So she was just accompanying to him. So let's see what happened. Brigamuni actually here he committed three mistakes, three offenses actually, from bodily, from mind, second from the vocal, and third from the bodily activity. So let us see next what happened. Here Brigamuni actually, now Brigamuni entered into Vaikuntha, and he committed three offenses towards Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. And these three kinds of offenses were, were progressively greater in degree. Why? Why? Because Brigamuni's third offenses was corporal, bodily activity. So Brigamuni's third offenses was corporal. Here Brigamuni committed a greatest offense by kicking his chest. That too at the here Brigamuni committed a great sin actually by kicking Lord Vishnu's chest. But here Lord Vishnu was so magnanimous that he did not take it very seriously. Instead, he told to Brigamuni that, "Oh, my dear Brahmana, it is my greatest fortune that you have come to my abode and I couldn't receive you properly. Please sit down." Lord Vishnu is telling, "I am sorry." Lord Vishnu is telling, "I am sorry that I could not receive you properly. It is my great offense." Lord Vishnu is telling to Brigamuni. Lord Vishnu is telling that I am sorry. Vishnu is telling to Brigamuni that I am sorry. Please forgive me. I beg your pardon. You came to my abode. You are so pure that the water which washes your feet can purify even the pilgrimages. That's why you please purify the Vaikuntha. Therefore, you please purify my Vaikuntha planet where I live with my associates. How humble. Lord Vishnu's humbleness we can see. He is telling that I am sorry. I did not welcome you properly. I beg your pardon. Lord Vishnu is telling to great Brahmana that, "Oh, my dear Brahmana, I know that your feet is so soft, like a lotus flower, and that my chest is so hard like a thunderbolt. I am therefore afraid that you may have felt some pain by kicking my chest. Let me touch your feet to relieve the pain. Please let me touch." Lord Vishnu is telling. Lord Vishnu is telling, "You have suffered a lot." And then Lord Vishnu began to massage Brigamuni's feet. Here, because of Lord's gratitude, Brigamuni's voice was choked up. He couldn't answer Lord's any of words. Was really unable to reply, and the tears started rolling down on his cheeks. He simply stood silently before the Lord. After tasting, sages concluded that Lord Vishnu is the supreme, ultimate, and super excellent, and Vishnu is the supreme truth. Now the sages actually gathered on the bank of the river Saraswati and concluded that now all the sages actually gathered on the bank of the river Saraswati and concluded that one who wants peace, tranquility, should take the shelter of lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Here, sages are concluded that Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma actually they lost their peaceful attitude on slight provocations. Now all the sages gathered on the bank of the river Saraswati and they concluded that Lord Vishnu is the supreme Father. He is the supreme truth. because if who wants peace and tranquility, he should take the shelter of the Krishna's lotus feet. And also concluded that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they lost their peaceful attitude just upon a slight provocations. Then how Lord Brahma and how Lord Shiva can maintain their devotees' peace and tranquility? So this was the conclusion by the sages. Also stated in, so it is stated in Bhagavad Gita that one who accepts Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna attains the highest perfection of goal, highest perfection of peace in their life. So my conclusions also. Now our conclusion is, he who accepts super excellent power of Krishna attains the supreme love, supreme peaceful life, attain the supreme goal. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.